مادنشا أنا زي Aldina Muslisha, چند گوتنین شبوم ابن زمان. Aldina بردف و سکرتیرا انستیتویا لکولین جنوسیده و لیسانسا خویا بلند لسر خباتین معافی میروان دایم. ایرو Aldina Muslisha و لسر ناوی مدره خویا دکتر امیر رامیک بخافه.
Our next speaker is Ms. Aldina Muslisha. She's the spokesperson of Canadian Institute for Research of Genocide, and she will be speaking on behalf of the director of IGC, Dr. Amir Ramik. Please welcome her.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be standing here in front of all of you today. And I want to start off by saying, on behalf of the Institute for Research of Genocide Canada and the international team of experts, we extend our deepest condolences to the Kurdish nation on the 25th anniversary of the Halabja gas attack and the Anfal campaign genocide. It's interesting that 25 years have passed and many people do not know much about this genocide. I won't lie, I was one of these people. I went to university and I took classes on this region. However, when it came to talking about the Kurdish nation and their suffering, it's always been a footnote. That only little things were mentioned, such as the attack from the Saddam Hussein government against the Kurds, but nothing else beyond that. I've never heard the words Halabja or Anfal mentioned in any of my classes. What I'm trying to say is, unless there's ongoing discourse about past human suffering, we tend to forget. Schools and universities do not educate students. Politicians fail to hold public discourse. And worst of all, leaders who commit these crimes are sometimes not held responsible. This also leaves room for other genocides to be repeated. Coming from a country where genocide denial is part of daily public discourse, I fear history will repeat itself. Currently, my intolerance for genocide denial is justifiable, and the Bosnian community sympathizes with the Kurdish community. We know how it is. We've been there. We understand how it feels to have someone publicly disregard proven facts, and we understand the frustration when world leaders do not react, especially to genocide denial. Genocide denial is one of the reasons why I got involved with the Institute and further pursued my master's degree in human rights. I came to the point where I could not watch nor listen to new reports and studies that proved that mass and senseless murders of groups such as the Armenian, Kurds, Bosniaks, Tutsis were not genocide. I realized that we, as individuals, have a responsibility to the victims and survivors to keep the discourse going, to challenge these denials. Further, I believe that individual and community action are the best solution to ending genocide denial. I have come to this realization while campaigning for the Srebrenica genocide resolution. I'm also aware that your efforts in getting a resolution passed to commemorate the Kurdish genocide in Canada. And the Institute for Research of Genocide Canada commends your efforts. By now, you probably realized how difficult and frustrating this task is. That being said, I want to share some of my first-hand experiences with all of you when we were passing our resolution. And my first words of advice to all of you is, don't give up and don't give in. The Bosnian community has lobbied the Canadian Parliament to pass the Srebrenica Genocide Resolution for 5 years. It started in 2005, and on October 19, 2010, the Canadian Parliament voted yes to have the resolution passed to commemorate the Srebrenica genocide. I remember that exact moment when I was watching it on, online, and I was watching the votes come in, and when they all said yay, that was the happiest moment of my life, because for 2 whole years, I remember the challenges. I experienced the challenges as a frontline campaigner and advocate for this resolution. And this is gonna happen no matter what. But one of the biggest challenges I want to share with you was actually when Stephen Harper denied the resolution firsthand because we would not take out the word genocide from that resolution. And in response, the resolution was vetoed, which meant that it was not going to be voted. The worst thing of all was we were expecting this resolution to be passed on the 10th anniversary of the Srebrenica genocide. And a month before that, the whole thing stopped. So what happened was, a lot of us activists, we didn't know what to do. A lot of them were kind of saying that we should give up. But a group of us decided not to give up and to continue on. Instead of giving up, a group of us decided to organize a silent march through the streets of Toronto and other events for the 10th anniversary. This provided us with the chance to actually come out and speak to Canadian public about this issue, to let them know what happened in Bosnia, and also to let them know about the veto and how they can support us. And these events were met with great success, beyond my expectations actually. And I realized at that moment, anything is possible, especially when we had 350 people come out to march with us in solidarity of Srebrenica. And these people were mostly from the Bosnia community throughout Ontario, but also from other communities, such as the Filipino community, the Sri Lankan community, members from the Montenegrin community. So this was such a humbling experience for all of us. Another reason why these events were successful was because we had community support, as I was just saying. So without individual and collective support, none of our campaigns would have been successful. And I believe the Srebrenica Genocide Resolution would not have been adopted. Each and every one of you can make an impact, and you're all an important part of the bigger picture. So please work together to get this done, and I believe this can happen. Lastly, organization and communication between community members plays an important task in carrying the lobbying efforts forward. With proper communication and allocation of tasks to community members, success is inevitable. To conclude, I want to stress that we, as individuals, play the key role in keeping truth and justice going. We must help each other, because if we allow genocide denial to continue, future genocides are inevitable. And as they say, denial is the final stage of genocide. On behalf of the Institute for Research of Genocide, Canada, we stand in solidarity with the Kurdish nation, and we support your future efforts to have the Halabja gas attack and the Anfal campaign passed as genocide in the Canadian Parliament. Thank you very much.
میوانن عزیز بله آنجی لسر ناوی جم کردگینس نیک منتس آخافتونه کی بکه مسیجاوی بینزمان.
Okay, so our friend Jim Karijani isn't here. You know where he is? He's in Kurdistan. But he sent Nick. He sent a message for us through Nick Montes.
Members of all levels of government, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we come together today to commemorate the 25th anniversary from the Halabja genocide, we should also remember other genocides that have been committed around the world, such as the Holocaust, the Armenian genocide, Pontian genocide, Rwanda, and the international community must condemn such acts that have happened against humanity. I bring a message from the Honorable Jim Karajanis, since he's not able to be here at this moment because he's coming back from Kurdistan. And the message reads as such: it is with a deep sense of reverence that I commemorate with you the 25th anniversary of the Halabja genocide. On this solemn occasion, we pay homage to the victims and express solidarity with the survivors and their descendants. This year, I will have the privilege of attending the Day of Hope commemoration in Halabja. This solemn and pregnant occasion is being held to pay homage to those who were killed during the commission of genocide against the people of Halabja and the Anfal campaign. As we reflect, we must recommit to fervently work to ensure that such unspeakable acts are never repeated. On March 16, 2010, the 22nd anniversary of the gas attack on Halabja, members of Parliament adopted my motion to condemn the poisonous gas attack in Halabja, the destruction of Iraqi Kurdish villages, and the systematic persecution of Kurds in Iraq by Saddam Hussein as crimes against humanity. Motion M505 reads as such: that this House acknowledge the actions of Saddam Hussein against the Kurdish people in Iraq, including the poisonous gas attack against Halabja on March 16, 1988, the destruction of Iraqi Kurdish villages, and the systematic persecution of Kurds in Iraq, and condemn these acts as crimes against humanity. In 2009, I visited Kurdistan, Iraq, and the monument of Halabja martyrs. I told the survivors I would ask the House of Commons to declare the actions of the Saddam Hussein government against the Kurdish people to be a crime against humanity. Thanks to all members of Parliament, I was able to keep my promise. I believe it is important for us to remember the lessons of history and uphold the values Canadians hold dear: peace, freedom, democracy, and respect. In so doing, we will develop a deeper understanding of our duty and responsibility to our fellow men and ensure that we live in peace and harmony. It is mandatory that we all work together to have this recognized as genocide in Canada. And in closing, there has been a petition letter that has been circulated, and we all urge you to go and sign the petition online on Mr. Karajanis' website. Thanks for having me. Spas.
6 سال به United Nations Iraq رقابت کردیم.
Our next speaker is Sven Spengemann. He's from Germany. He's a lawyer, and he spent 6 years with United Nations in Iraq and visited Kurdistan several times. He's here to share his perspective with us today. Please welcome him.
Dear friends, Rosbash, first and foremost, please allow me to thank you for the opportunity to be with you today. It's a great honor for me to be part of the commemoration of the anniversary of Anfal and Halabja here in Toronto. I would particularly like to thank Satib Kakai of the Greater Toronto Kurdish House for extending the invitation to deliver some brief prepared remarks on this very solemn day as we remember the scores of innocent victims who died 25 years ago. Last year, as in a number of previous years, I participated in the Halabja commemoration in Baghdad at the invitation of Kurdish members of the Iraqi parliament. From 2005 until June last year, I had the privilege of serving the Iraqi people as an official of the United Nations. From 2007 onwards, I was a member of the UN's political team, working on questions of constitutional and legislative reform, including issues that needed to be settled between the government of Iraq and the Kurdistan region government, including management of oil and gas revenues, Article 140, and the future of Kirkuk. Throughout our tenure in Iraq, my colleagues and I worked very closely with leading Kurdish parliamentarians and officials, including Saadi Barzanji, Sami Atrushi, Tanya Jili Khailani, Mohammed Ihsan, Ashti Hawrami, Khalid Saleh, and Fuad Massoum. We ran roundtables and conferences in Erbil and Baghdad, and we worked toward reaching a better common understanding of how to approach these challenging and complex issues that remain pivotal to the future of the Kurdish nation. In the course of my work in Iraq, I learned about the deep scar that Halabja and Anfal left in the hearts of the Kurdish people. Nobody who sees the pictures that were taken after the chemical attack will ever forget them. The scores of dead children, women, innocent men, and the distorted faces of those who died in absolute horror and agony as the chemical agent took effect. The genocidal campaign of Saddam Hussein reflects the absolute worst of which humankind is capable. Canada, along with the rest of the world, must never forget what happened in Halabja, and we must not shy away from acknowledging the severity of the crimes committed by this murderous regime. In the fall of 2006, the I had an opportunity to spend a day at the Saddam Hussein trial. I saw the dictator, I heard him speak, I encountered his gaze as he examined one by one those of us who were assembled in the observation room, and I will never ever forget that day. On December 30th, 2006, Saddam Hussein faced justice under an Iraqi-led process and was executed early in the morning by hanging. It is now up to all of us to continue to ensure that the victims of the Anfal campaign and the Halabja tragedy will never be forgotten, that in the records of history the Saddam regime will continue to be held accountable for its genocidal acts, and that such travesties will not happen again. And to honor the victims of Halabja, it is now also up to all of us to work together toward a brighter future for the Kurdish nation, for the people of all of Iraq, for the people of Syria, and for all other peoples affected by the horrors of war and conflict. Once again, I would like to thank you for this opportunity to be with you today, and to remember those who died during the Anfal campaign and in Halabja 25 years ago. May their souls rest in peace. Thank you.
Benim emanım heşe, Leanaji Dr. Christy Duncan parlamentere, le parlamentere Kənədai parlamentere, evji afasındaki ülke.
Dear guests, you've been very, very patient for us, and we really appreciate that. We only have two very short speech, a break, and then after the break we'll have music, theater, and a lot of entertainment, so please bear with us. We now invite Dr. Christy Duncan, Member of Parliament of Etobicoke North, to join us for a brief speech. Please welcome her.
Rosbash. Everyone, I will be very brief, but I want to begin by just saying I want to express my heartfelt condolences for what you and your families have faced. Let us all remember, let's pray for their souls and ensure this never happens again. I came here today because when I used to teach at the university, my students would tell me of what happened to their families, and I've never forgotten. I came here today to learn what has happened, your history, to learn about your beautiful culture, but to learn what happened and to take it back to Parliament so this never happens again. I want you to know that I am a friend. I hope that I can be your family, and I want to serve you. This is not the day to talk about this, but in the future, there are many things we can do to help. So today we remember, I keep you all in my thoughts and prayers, and I look forward to serving you all. God bless, and thank you for this important commemoration and conference.
Dr. Reza Moridi, he's a member of Provincial Parliament representing Richmond Hill in the Ontario Legislative Assembly since 2007. He has served as Parliamentary Assistant to the Ministry of Training, Colleges, Universities, Research and Innovation, Parliamentary Assistant to the Minister of Energy. On February 11, 2013, so recently, he was appointed as the Minister of Research and Innovation by Ontario's new Prime Minister, Kathleen Wayne, became the first Iranian to hold such a position out of Iran. In 2009, Dr. Reza Moridi presented a petition that protested the lack of respect for human rights. Please welcome Reza.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real pleasure to be here today to be with you all to commemorate two major events which happened almost 25 years ago in Kurdistan. We are here today to commemorate the 25th anniversary of Halabja gassing by the Saddam Hussein forces. We are also here to remember the operations called Anfal, as you all know very well. And during these operations by Iraqi forces under Saddam Hussein dictatorship regime, more than 180,000, almost 200,000, just to remember a round figure when we are talking about, almost 200,000 people, they have lost their lives. This was one of the major genocides in the history of human beings. It's shamed on Saddam Hussein, on dictators all over the world, and dictatorship of Iraq for sure. Human beings, all of us, we shouldn't forget these genocides. Sometimes in my speeches I tell people that, referring to Holocaust, I say human beings should not and must not forget Holocaust. We should always talk about Holocaust. And we should always talk about Anfal. We should always talk about similar genocides happened around the world in the history of human beings on this planet. These genocides, mass killings, happens mainly as a result of dictatorship regimes in very many countries. And it is done just by ruling because the dictators, they want to rule. So that's how they do it. They kill people in numbers, in hundreds, in thousands, in 200,000s, in millions. And that is what we have seen in history. It's very sad that ultranationalism in many, many countries, they lead to human sufferings. And we see this in very many countries. In many countries, ultranationalism results in human sufferings. In other countries, for example, like Iran, the religious ideologism also leads to killings of so many people in very many parts of my homeland, Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to remember these events. These are a part of history. Anfal and Halabja is a part of human history, not only a history of the Kurdish people around the world. It belongs to all of us as human beings on this planet. We need to remember those who lost their lives, those innocent people who lost their lives. We have to, every year, get together and not only remember them, but also learn from the history. We need to teach to the politicians around the world to behave humanly, to rule their countries based on democracy, to respect human rights. We are all humans. Maybe we are Kurds, we are Azeris, we are Persians, we are who we are. We are all human beings. We are all children of Adam and Eve. We should respect each other. And I hope that one day, in every country around the world, they will exercise democracy as we enjoy in our beautiful, wonderful country, Canada. Sometimes, sarcastically, I say, we need to bring the rulers of dictatorship governments around the world to come to Canada and they live here for maybe a year to learn from us, to see how we rule this country, how we run this beautiful country under the will of people, under the will of the nations, Canadian nation. At least learn from Canada and go back and rule their nation based on the procedures we have here in this country. This is, of course, a wish, but I wish one day the whole world, all countries around the world, will be ruled by democratic governments, by democratic regimes, so that people can live like brothers and sisters together in peace. I hope that the Kurdish people in Iran, in Iraq, in Turkey, in Syria, will all enjoy the same level of democracy as we enjoy here in this country, and also the kind of democracy the Kurdish people today enjoy in the democratically elected and democratically run the Kurdish region of Iraq. All best wishes for all of you, and also my heart, my feelings, my prayers are with those who lost their loved ones at the Anfal operation, and also those close to 5,000 people who lost their lives as a result of mass gassing of Halabja 25 years ago. I want to thank every one of you for coming out and participating in this gathering in this commemoration. I also want to thank the Kurdish House, the Kurdish Community Center, and the organizers of this wonderful event for doing such a good job, bringing all of us together under one roof in order for us to get together and share our feelings, share our sorrow, in the meantime, learn from the past, and also teach a lesson for the dictators around the world. So thank you very much, all the best, and sepas.
عزیزان بەخێر بێن بۆ بیستوپێنجەمین ساڵیادی کارەساتی هەڵەبجەی شەهید. یادێک لە دایکی نیشتمان لەو دەمەیدا بێدەنگی جۆی دەگر لە هاژەی ڕەندەوە بە فریچیا خاسەکە و دای ڕشت بوو خەت و خاڵ ڕازا بۆوە کەژ و کێو لە ئاوێنەی چاودا دەبوو بە ئاو گاشە سەهۆڵی کوێستان هەرەسی دەکرد و دەڕنیا لە شەودا خاڵ و بەڵک بەبوو داوێنی چییە بەبای وعدە دەتوایەوە بەفری سەحرا شۆڕاوگەی جوبەر بە چەشنی فرمێسکی دایکی دڵسوتا و دەڕایە دەریا بە وێنەی کۆرپە بێخەم نووسبوو شارەکەم بە وێنەی کۆرپە بێخەم نووسبوو شارەکەم لەناو بێشکەی ئاواتی دڵدا جارجارە ڕادەسڵەکری دڵ لە گرمەی تۆپ و تەیارەی نامۆ لە خەودا شڵێژاوە سنوور لەم بەر و لەو بەر شریخەی گول لە دەگرمێنێ بەسەریا مێلاخە و گەزیزە هاتبووە دەر دەتکوت بووکی سوورە و گرتوویە دەستی زاوە گڕوگاڵی دەکرد شارە خنجیلانەکەم لە ئامێزی گەلدا بە وێنەی کۆرپەی ساوە پیرە پیاوان لەگەڵ تەوگەمەی شەودا دەیان لاوان دەوە گەنج و لاوان ئەڵێن مەکتەبە جێگەی ڕۆڵەی کورد قەڵەم بەهێزە وەک شێری مەیدان شەو شەوی لاوەک و حەیران بوو نۆرە گەیشتە مامە سۆفی و گەلە ڕاوێژەی داران ئێستا بولبولان لەسەر پلکی داران لە ئاوازان مژدەی بەهار دێنن بۆ نیشتیمان پێمان دەڵێن کوردە لە ناو قەفەزدا ماوەتەوە دەبێ ڕاپەڕێ بۆ ڕزگاری کوردستان گەنج و لاوانی وڵاتم ئەنفال کران زیندە بەچاو کوران و کوژان بێتاوان لە جستان و لە نەورۆزدا لە بەهاردا دوژمن وەک گورگی برسی پەلامارم دەدا وەک ئەژدیها زوحا خوێنم دەمژێ پاشان ئاگر لە جوانم بەردەدا هاوار دەکا گەلی کورد جینۆساید کران بۆ نابینن ئەیزل هێزانی دنیا هەڵەبجە بۆ چەند ساتێک کەوتە ناو گۆمێکی تاریک و سووڕی دەدا کەوتە باوەشی ئیبلیس هەر بە وێنەی قایش بوڵغار تووڕی دەدا هەورێکی چەوکن هات و هەڵی کرد جێژەڵوکە لە کاتی بربەیاندا ببووە بابردەڵا هەڵەبجە بەناچار دەسوڕا بەناو شاخ و داخ و هەردا ئەی داخەکەم بۆ تەرزە و بارانێکی بەگوڕ بێت و ئەو هەورە ڕادا هاوار بۆ کوێ بەرم ئێستا هەموو دنیا نستووە وڵات کەڕ و کاس و بێدەنگە غونچەی لە پشکوتووی گوڵم ئاگری گرت و زەر هەڵگەڕا گوڵاڵە و گوڵی باغی سوورم پەرپەر بوون هەر وەکو ساقی گەڵار و تا غەڵتانی خوێنە دایکی شارە زۆر مێژوو بێدەنگە لە سەدەی بیستەمدا بۆ چرکە ساتێک هەناسەی نەما پاشان لاشەی بێتینی بە ئاو دادرا لاشە کەوتبوو لە دەشت و لە دەر قەتیسما بوو منداڵ لە سنگی دایکیدا لەو دەمەدا شوێر و کەڕ و لاڵ ببوو لەو دەمەدا چۆر و کەڕ و لاڵ ببوو نعمەتی ئیلاهی کوندە بەبوو ڕووی دەکردە قەرەباڵغ کوندە بەبوو ڕووی دەکردە قەڵەباڵغ و ماڵی ببوو مەڕ و ئاژەڵ و وەحشی ببوو گورگی برسی دەهاتە نێو ماڵ جوانی بزر بوو دێوی ناحەس سەری هەڵدا کۆترێک کەوتە داوی ڕاوچی پیری شاخیەوە سێ کۆتریش بە چاوی پڕ لە خوێنەوە دەیانڕوانی تۆ هەرماوی وڵاتی جوانی تۆ مایەی ئاواتی ژیانی هەر کە مێژوو لە خەوەستا باش شەماڵ بۆسەی خەڵوزی سوتاوی هەڵەبجەی بۆ هێنا لە ناو بڕکانی ئاوردا دەگرمێنێ شارەکەم من هێرشیمای کوردستانم هەموو وڵات بۆ دایکی نیشتمان بەخەمە ئاواتی ئەویش ڕزگاری کوردستانە گەلی من ئەوڕۆکە بەهێزە خوێنی ڕۆڵەکانت ون نابێ هەڵەبجە باش بزانە تۆ بوویە فیدای ئاو و خاک و گەل قەڵەمی منیش بۆتە خەنجەر و لە دوشمنانت میوانە تۆ بوویە فیدای ئاو و خاک و گەل قەڵەمی ئێمەش بۆتە خەنجەر و لە دوشمنانت میوانە بەس باس
زۆر سپاس شەهاب لەبەر ئەوانەژی هەوا کەماڵ تەڵانی ئێژمەرە دەستێکی بخوێنێ
پێشێکی سڵاو لە بەشدارانی ئەم ڕۆژی ماتەمینەی یادی هەڵەبجە دیارە ئێمە هەر شتێک بکەین بۆ هەڵەبجە هێشتا کەمە بەڵام ئەوەی کە لە دەستی ئێمە دێ لێرە تەنیا هەستێکی دەروونەوە بەو هەستە بەشداریەکەین لە ئەو یادا خەمناکە چە بکێ سڵاو خەمی شارێک سڵاو لە هەڵەبجەی خوێنین هیرۆشیمای کوردستان سڵاو لە شەهیدە بێتاوانەکانی شاری تراژیدیا و خەزان سڵاو لە گوڵاڵە ڕەنگین و سوورەکانی دەشتی شارە زۆر و گەرمیان سڵاو لەو باوک و دایکە جگەر سوتاوانەی کە بە چاوی خۆیان تەرمی ڕۆڵەکانیان لە ناو بۆمی سووری خوێنە بینا و دەستە و ئەژنۆ ئەوانیش لە پەنەیاندا ڕاکشان و دواهەناسەی تێکەڵ بە گاز و ژاریان هەڵکێشا و بەبەر چاوی وجدانە نست و مردۆکانی جیهانەوە ماڵاواییان لە ژیان و ئازیزان و نیشتمانەکەیان کرد سڵاو لەو لاوە دڵپڕ ئاوات و ئارەزوانەی کە بە ناکامی سەریان نایەوە سڵاو لەو زارۆکە خنجیلانانەی کە لە ئامێزی سۆز و خۆشەویستی دایک و باوکەکانیاندا چوونە خەوی یەکجاری و هەڵنەستانەوە سڵاو لەو سروشتە جوان و دڵگیرەی هەڵەبجەی ژیان هەڵەبجەی گیان و دڵی نیشتمان کە دوژمنان چاوی دیتنیان نەبوو و بە سیاسەتی ژاراوی و لە ناوبردن و قڕانی خۆیان تەمی ئازار و خەمیان بەسەریا باراند و سووتاندیان و خنکاندیان تا بیکەنە گۆڕستان و وێرانە بۆ ڕۆڵەکانی نیشتمان سڵاو لەوانەی کە ئێستاش دوای 25 ساڵ لە تاوانی شەهیدکرانی هەڵەبجە هێشتا بەدەم ئازار و ژانی زام و برینەکانیانەوە دەناڵێن و زامە سەخت و قوڵە دەرونی و جەستەیەکانیان ساڕێژ نەبووە و چاوەڕوانی هەتوان و چارەسەرن هەموو ساڵێ لەم ڕۆژ و یادەوەریە تاڵ و سامناک و پڕ تراژیدیایەدا دەچینەوە ناو سێبەری یادکردنەوەی پیرەداری کۆسەکان و ئاڵای شعر بەسەر چڵی بێکەسی و داماویمانەوە دەکەین هەموو ساڵێ لەم ڕۆژەدا لەم دەربەنی خوێن و کارەسات و تاوان و قڕانەدا بەرد خاش دەبێ و گۆڕ هاوارەکا و شعر دەبێ بە چواڵەی تەڕ و هەر بە سەوزی هەڵدەوەرێ هەموو ساڵێ لەم ڕۆژەدا قاسپەی کە و چریکەی مەل و سۆزی شمشاڵ و دەنگی ساز و سیاچەمانە و ڕەشبەڵەکی کیژ و کوڕی ئەم شارە و هەموو کوردستان دەتاسێن و ڕادەوەستن. دەچنە ماتەمی کۆسێکەوە کە نەک هەر ئەوان بەڵکو هەموو خاوەن هەست و سۆز و وجدانێکی ئەم گەردوونە شێژان. تاوان و تراژیدیای هەڵەبجە پەڵەیەکی ڕەشە بۆ دوژمنان، بەڵام بۆ کورد هەرچەند ژانێکی گەورە و گرانە بۆتە سیمبڵ و ناسنامە، هەردەم ڕەمزی تێکۆشان و بەرخۆدانە. هەڵەبجە هاوار و سکاڵای گەلێکە، شار بە شار و وڵات بە وڵات دەگەڕێ و هەر ناسرەوێ. ئەی هەڵەبجەی شەهیدان، هیرۆشیمای کوردستان، ناوت ڕەمزی چەوساوەیە، هاواری نەوەی کاوەیە، هەتا کوردێ مابێ لە ژیان هەر تۆی تاجی سەرمان قوربان. هەڵەبجە ئەی شاری شاران، لانکەی علم و ئاشتی و ژیان، ئەی مەکۆگای شعری گۆران، وەلی دیوانە و بێساران، ئەی مەڵبەندی وێژە و هونەر، ساڕێشکەری خەم و کەسەر، کوانی خۆشی و بەزمی جاران، ڕێو ڕەسمەکەی گەرمیان کوێستان، کوا ئاسمانی شین و ساماڵ، ئاوی ڕوونی زەڵمی زوڵاو، یا گوڵاڵەی دەشت و دەرد، سەیرانگای جوان و بەزەڕت، کوانێ بەزمی ڕان و شوانت، یاک و قاسپەی کەوی جوانت. مەلوم بولبول بۆ ناخوێنن، هەمووان بۆوە کز ئەنوێنن، ئەم شارە بۆ کپ و ماتە، بۆم بەیان کە ئەم سەرهاتە. جوابی دامەوە هەڵەبجەی خەمین، گوتی نازانی بۆ ماتم حەزین، من هەوارگەی جاف و گۆران بووم، قیبلە و مەڵبەندی گشت شاعیران بووم، سەیرانگای خەڵکی دەشت و کوێستان بووم، دژی دوژمنان هەڵای ژیان بووم. چاوی هەڵنەهات سەددامی بەعسی، سەری لێ شێوان دەسڵات و کورسی، ژار و تاوانی ڕژان بەسەرما، ئەم بەرگی خەمەی وا کردوە بەرما. بە ساتێ کوشتی 5000 ڕۆڵەم، بۆیەوە خەمبار مات و کزۆڵەم، سروشتی جوانمی شێوان بەجارێ، سووتاندی هەموو لوتکە و نزارێ، بەهارمی کردە زستانی بەسام، هەمووی هەڵوەران گوڵاڵە و نەمام، باخچە و بێستانمی کردە وێرانە، مەل و بولبولان جێیان هێشت لانە، بەهەشتی ژیانی وەها شێواندم، بە گاز و ئاگر جەرگی سووتاندم. ئەمانەم کە بیستمن لە هەڵەبجە، ئەمانەم کە بیستمن لە هەڵەبجە، کەوتمە ناو بیری ئەو دەرد و ڕەنجە، زانیم چەند سەختە زامی ئەو شارە، فرمێسکمدا ڕشت وەکو فوارە، بەدەم گرین و بەرەنیسکەوە، گوتم خوا لەگەڵ زاڵمدا قارە، پشت بەخوا بەستە دڵ بەوە خۆشکە، هەر ئەو پەنای گەلی هەژارە. ئەوانەی ماون لە ڕۆڵەکانت، دەستێنن تۆڵەی گشت شەهیدانت، ئاوەدان ئەکەن گوندی وێرانت، دەڕازێننەوە سروشتی جوانت، دەبیە گوڵستان وەک جاری جاران، هێما و ناسنامەی خاکی کوردستان. ئەو کاتە ئێمەش خەممان نامێنێ، بولبول وەک جاران ئاوازە خوێنێ، ئەو کاتە ئێمەش خەممان نامێنێ، بولبول وەک جاران ئاوازە خوێنێ. زۆر سوپاس.
بەڕێزان، من شنیار و شار باژەڕی ئەمڕۆ لەگەڵتان بووم لە یادی بیستوپێنجەمین ساڵڕۆژی یادی هەڵەبجە و ئەنفال. ئەتوانن پەخشەکانمان بینن لە کوردش TV 4 لەلایەن کۆمپانیای شەپۆڵ پرۆدەکشن، و هەمیشە سەربەرز و سەرفراز بوون، خۆشحاڵ بووین. ئینشەڵا لە یادێکەکەدا ئاتان بینینەوە. خواتان لەگەڵ.